Starting tomorrow, I'm going to wake up at 5 AM every single day for an entire week to find out if it's actually worth it. There comes a time in your life where you start having to make choices that will impact you possibly for the rest of your life. And one thing that I've learned over the last 4 years is that pretty much everything that you want to achieve is hidden behind stuff that you really, really don't want to do. Do I want to wake up at 5 AM every single morning? Absolutely not. But at the moment, I go to bed knackered, I wake up even more tired, I then spend the entire morning in a daze, and then by the time I've got round to actually doing anything, it's late, and then I then work even later, and then I then have to wake up even later, and nothing ever really gets done. Today, well, starting tomorrow, hopefully, we're going to be breaking that loop.
Like an early morning cold shower to start your day at 5 in the morning.
So, good morning. I didn't really expect to feel this good. I haven't felt this good in the morning in like months. Honestly, like normally in the morning when I wake up, I'm like, oh, I gotta get up now. And maybe it's because I've got a reason to be up, which technically could be the vlog. Anyways, the number one thing that I want to do this morning is go to the gym. Now, truthfully, one of the biggest lack of disciplines that I have to myself is going to the gym. I've promised myself a gym body for years and years and years, and it's never quite materialized. You know, in reality, over the years, I've always prioritized doing work. However, because it is 5 in the morning, I have no real excuse not to go to the gym. So yeah, let's go to the gym.
Right, anyways, the gym is about 1 mile away, so we can do a run there. Otherwise, it's going to take me about 40 minutes to walk there. So yeah, let's get a move on. Leaving the gym, and it's still not even light outside. Who is this new animal? I tell you what though, there is no better feeling than being awake now, having completed the hardest workout I've done in the last 6 months, before I'd even normally be awake.
So hello, the time is now 1 o'clock. Please ignore my hair. I have a hair mask in. I am now really struggling, like really, really struggling. I feel shattered. Truthfully, like that spike of energy that I had this morning, that feel-good factor as I had leaving the gym, has well and truly abandoned me. Fortunately, because everything in my line of work seems to start at about 4 PM, we're only just really getting started. I have tried to spend this morning working through monotonous admin, which, in fairness, I have done a fair amount. I've had a look at some tents that I kind of want to buy for some stuff that I want to do at later dates, and I've done plenty of planning for videos that I really want to film. But I well and truly now feel like I've hit a brick wall. However, one thing that I do remember from the Andrew Huberman routine, which wakes up at a similar time to this, is that you are allowed a 20-minute no sleep deep rest, which is effectively a nap. So I'm going to finish up with 2 more bits, and then we're going to do that, because I'm hoping that whatever energy boost that can give me is going to get me through the afternoon. Otherwise I might just pass out. Right, well, the time is now 2, and truthfully, I have been in a massive daze for the last 3 hours, maybe since 11. I was kind of hoping that that sleep was going to sort of snap me out of it and back into action, but I just feel really sluggish, and like sluggish in a way where it's not like, ugh, it's like I've got anxiety that I should be doing stuff, but my brain's just not really, like the cogs just aren't really turning. Anyways, we have still managed to get pretty much everything that I needed to get done, so we have still technically been productive. Maybe I could have been slightly more productive, but we still got everything done. But we are now going to have to head into London because I've got a meeting with my stylist at 4, then we've got dinner with the boys, and then I'm shooting something in London tomorrow, so I've had to get a hotel in London for the night because, well, as you can see, I don't live in London anymore. But yeah, on to London we plod. Right, well, welcome to tonight's accommodation. Rather cosy, very cosy. I'm also sharing this with my mate, so we will be topping and tailing that. I am exhausted. It took me an hour and a half to get across London. It is now 8. So basically I've now got like an hour to try and eat and then get to bed. Let you put it again, side. So here we are, the end of day 1. I I am absolutely shattered. It's now 8:15. I normally have got another 5 hours of work left in me, and I'm dying. Really and truthfully, I am dying. We also didn't manage to get out for dinner with the boys tonight, which, kind of sucked. But unfortunately, I had to prioritize the shoot tomorrow over going out with the boys, because I feel like if I went out with the boys until 12 and got 5 hours sleep tomorrow, it would be a disaster. But yeah, I think the thing that concerns me most is that normally when I start these challenges, I have this huge adrenaline spike, and I'm like, wow, and you have all of these sort of placebo effects from actually waking up early in the morning, for example. I felt those for about 4 hours today, so I haven't exactly got my toes crossed for the rest of the week. Anyways, I am absolutely knackered. So yeah, I'm gonna get some shut eye, and I shall see you bright and breezy, hopefully along with Matt, tomorrow morning.
When I tell you that I slept dreadfully last night.
Anyways, I'm gonna get up. I've got my running gear all set out because we are very close to where I used to live, and I thought it'd be really nice to run the route that I used to run.
So, good morning. Good morning properly is probably the best way now to look at this, because it's now 7 o'clock. Truthfully, I really feel like I let myself down this morning. Look, did I go back to bed? No, I stayed awake. I've been awake since 5. I feel pretty good. I've just had a shower, but I stayed in bed. And you might be like, well, James, what's the problem with staying in bed? What is the point in doing this 5 in the morning routine if you don't maximize it to its fullest extent? There are so many things that I will end up missing out on if I was to pursue this 5 a.m. For example, like last night when I could have gone out for a meal with the boys. And yet when it comes to trying to maximize that opportunity that I've given myself by waking up at 5 in the morning, I decided to stay in bed. And look, did I edit a video? Yes. Did I do a few work bits, answer a few emails that I would normally have done at 12 at night? Absolutely yes, I did do that. But I also didn't go for a run and spent a lot of time scrolling through TikTok. But the good news is that I can do better tomorrow, and I swear by this that I will do better tomorrow. Anyways, you might be wondering what today actually is. Today is filming the short form content that a lot of you guys have probably seen. Unfortunately, a lot of the content that I try to produce, because my aim at the end of the day is to produce the best content on the internet, requires a lot of time and effort to film. As to how much I can keep you updated for today, we'll see about that, because a lot of the stuff that I'm actually filming isn't going to be out for a very long time, and some of it is commercial stuff, which I won't be allowed to show you until it's out properly. So yeah, onwards and upwards. We're not going to let one small blip in discipline deter me from the rest of today's successes.
We've waited here for an hour for a bus to come to location scout for tomorrow, and it's not arrived. It should have been here, well, not even an hour, it should have been here an hour and a half ago, and we're still waiting. And the next bus is meant to arrive now. We don't even think that one's going to arrive either. Oh dear, this whole entire thing could have been a waste of time. There we go.
So, good evening. We have reached the end of day 2. I don't really have much to update on, to be honest. I have felt pretty good all day. Yesterday I struggled. Truthfully, I struggled. Today, it's been a hop, skip and a jump. Today was full of meetings. I had 3 or 4 different meetings. We did location scouting. We filmed some bits. We filmed an advert that I got to film. So we got a lot done, but unfortunately no run. However, Freya is here, so Freya is going to be holding me accountable for that run tomorrow. You can't see. She's waving off camera. Anyways, we've got some Thai for dinner, so we're going to scran that. I don't normally like eating takeaways, but unfortunately needs are a must, and this room is the size of a prison cell, so there's not exactly cooking facilities in it, so unfortunately this is going to have to do. Yeah, I'm going to treat myself to a little bit of Thai, and I shall see you tomorrow.
After doing the David Goggins 48, I swore I was never going to run it that early in the morning. Oh, yeah, here we bloody are. I used to run this route every single day before I moved out of London, and now I am literally, well, Freya and I are the only people on it. That was incredible. There truly aren't many things in life that a good haircut won't fix. When you find your hairdresser and they just know you, they know your head, they know what you want, it's just magic. You just show up, they do their thing, you leave and you're like, wow, I've got all of my confidence back. I believe that I look good again. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Side note though, we have absolutely smashed today. Like, we've got so much done. I can't even begin to describe how much we've actually got done, and all of that is kind of due to the fact that, well, I woke up at 5. You know, like if I hadn't woke up at 5 this morning, none of today would have happened. Literally none of today would have happened. If I was running my normal schedule, getting over to kits for 6:50, it just wouldn't have happened. Like, well, it definitely wouldn't have happened. And hopefully what we've accomplished today, you know, it'll all be worth it. Well, I enjoyed it anyways, which is the important part.
4-1.
So here we are, the eve of the third night. So today, what can I say really? I think today is probably the first day that I've really started to potentially recognise the benefit of these 5 a.m. starts. Anyways, the time is now 9 o'clock, which means that I will be getting less than 8 hours sleep tonight. Tomorrow we're shooting an editorial, so I am a little bit stressed about that. But you know what? After today, I'm quite excited to be getting up at 5 tomorrow, because now that I can really start to recognise the benefits that it can offer, it gives me that little bit of extra motivation to make sure that tomorrow I can make it work, you know? So yeah, massive thumbs up from me today, and I shall see you tomorrow morning.
When I say the more you do stuff, the easier it gets, I truly believe it is the gospel of life. Like, I have just had the most productive work session I have ever had in my entire life. Like, the amount of stuff that I have got done is scary. You know, and I truly believe that if I hadn't done the David Goggins thing, I don't know if I'd necessarily be able to do this, but because I did that, and that is way harder than this is just like a walk in the park, you know? You know, and I don't want to misquote any side, so take this with a pinch of salt, but I'm pretty sure even Andrew Huberman said that there's a part of your brain that grows every time you do stuff that you don't want to do, and it means that you're more likely to do other stuff that you don't want to do. I think there is some truth behind it. You know, the more you do, the more you realise you can do, and then the easier all of these things that you think aren't possible becomes, you know? I don't know. It's 6 in the morning. Maybe I should just shut up and go to the gym.
But actually, the correct way to say it was me.
Alright, well, I still love the gym. Nothing's new there. Let's go on today. It's going to be a long one. I'm very excited for this shoot. I think it could be really cool. The mood board's really cool. Everything about it is really cool. It's been a while since I've got to do any thing that's properly editorial and properly set up. So, very excited.
I don't think I realised quite how much of an impact this has had on my body. By the end of that shoot, I was flagging. Oh wow, I almost fell asleep on the train on the way home. I mean, that is not something that I've done in a long time, since I was really fighting sleep deprivation. You know, this morning when I was running on adrenaline and a cold shower and running in the freezing cold this morning, you go to the gym and you got all those feel good hormones, you don't really feel it. And then actually once I give myself time to settle down after the shoot and have a little bit of food, I was like, wow, I've really got to go to sleep now. Next kind of enters the issue, or the massive problem that my job has with this particular routine, which is all of the late nights and the events. You know, by definition, it's not a night out, it is work. I keep telling myself that, but it is something that I have been absolutely terrified for this week. And tonight is the Christmas party for the Gentleman's Journal. And I think the scariest part is that it actually doesn't start this evening until after my cutoff for when I should be going to bed so that I can get 8 hours sleep ready for tomorrow. And I'm shooting tomorrow, so I'm a little bit nervous. Anyways, I'm gonna get ready. We also have a skin appointment that I need to get ready for first. So yeah, let's test how possible this routine actually is when you've got loads of other different things going on and you can't just live like a hermit in your room.
honestly, look at that, man. Like, it's so easy for us to be seeking perfection in how we look, to like look over small victories. I kind of just want to say, like, there is light at the end of the tunnel. You might feel at the moment that you're going to have acne forever. At one point in my life, I really did think I was going to have acne forever. I think maybe 16 months ago, I was sat there sitting in bed just thinking, when is this ever going to end? And all I can say is that with the right treatments and the right diet and the right exercise, like, it really can, like, your skin really can clear up. And look, I do have bad days with my skin still, and you know, it is definitely a journey, and I'm sure there'll be many days where I wake up in the morning and I'm like, what was all of this for? But there is light at the end of the tunnel, so I just want to make that point. Anyways, in much more up-to-date and current news, let's go and find this event, because I'm hoping to get in and out as quickly as possible so that I can go to sleep. Not that I'm not looking forward to it, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm sure the event will be lovely, it'll be great to see some of the boys, but I also want to get to bed now because it's now 9 o'clock. In, out, shake it all about, we're going home, we're going to bed. Very excited for that.
I reckon I've done a cold shower almost every day for like 2 years. Basically, I think other than one day where I was ill, I've done a cold shower every day for 2 years. That was one of the hardest cold showers I've done in the entirety of it, because I couldn't get the water to even slightly warm to get in to then do the cold shower. I mean, do I feel slightly more awake for it? Possibly, but that was awful. Like, actually awful. Today's gonna be difficult, but sometimes you gotta have days that you just gotta get through. And today's gonna be one of those. And I'm gonna try and enjoy it as well, because it's gonna be cool.
Right, so we've made it to today's shoot. This is the biggest studio I have ever been in my entire life, so let me give you a quick tour. Over here we have the kitchen. We then have a mini bar. In here we have the office. Matt already hard at work, things we love to see. Then we have the makeup room. I don't actually know what it is. That's a table. There's also another fitting room, which is here. And then we then have the studio, like the actual like shooting studio, which is all of this here. Very excited for today after seeing this.
I am so excited to get into bed.
Ladies and gents, that's a wrap. Well, a wrap on today. We're not done yet, unfortunately. In terms of how today went, I really couldn't have asked for much more. When everything comes together after you've been planning something for months or been working on something for months, it's just so beautiful. And the team that I got to work with today was great. The studio was brilliant. Whether the video was any good or not is definitely another question. But in terms of how I am doing, slightly different kettle of fish, I'm going to be honest. I mean, you can see that how this 5 a.m. toll, what it's taking on me now. I mean, like, I'm exhausted. I really am exhausted. Having said all that, though, this has probably been the most productive week of my life. And again, we're waking up at 5 tomorrow, which is why I'm currently in a hotel, actually, which I totally forgot to mention. So I can film another video tomorrow at 5 in the morning on the tube when it's empty with some red balloons, which I'm very excited for, actually. That's another idea that we've been sort of trying to bring together, and who knows how it will go out tomorrow. But in terms of productivity, we're doing great. In terms of everything else, could be better. But yeah, if you ignore the fact that I look a bit like an insomniac right now, I shall see you tomorrow.
Well, here we are. We made it. Definitely not something that I thought I'd say at certain parts of this week. I actually can't remember a week in recent history that has been as full on as this. It's been quite a journey, that's for sure. Looking back at the start of the week, maybe I didn't fully project this, but I was really nervous. I am through and through an evening person. I have worked through my entire life, right the way through GCSEs, A-levels, most productively in the evening. And I really thought this week that everything might come crashing down. I don't think a lot of the things that I would have wanted to have achieved this week would have even been remotely possible without waking up at 5 in the morning, which is crazy for me to say. You know, for the last month, I've really felt like I've lacked purpose, I've lacked direction. And this week for me is just proof that if you take life by the balls and just fucking do it, then you can do it, you know? And sorry, excuse my language, but it's true. You know, I truly don't feel like I've ever felt better. And yes, is 5 a.m. a little bit extreme? Absolutely, but I'm launching a business in June, you know, and this is going to be me from now on, because if I'm going to have any success in that business, I can't do things like everyone else does. Because the reality is, no one that's ever achieved something extraordinary did it by being ordinary. Anyways, for some slightly more lighthearted news that this week has also produced. For those of you who've been following the brand journey, yesterday we received a sample, technically sample number 11. There's probably still 2 more to come because we still need to confirm the exact fragrance. But I finally received a sample that I am happy with. We are now officially 7 months away from launch, and I can't wait to see you there. In summary, if you haven't already kind of guessed by the spiel that I sort of spewed everywhere, is it worth it? Absolutely. I have really truthfully never felt better. I have never been more productive. You've heard it here first. This is now the new me. I am now a morning person. Welcome to my new era. Anyways, I hope you have enjoyed the video. Maybe, hopefully you're going to take the step to becoming a morning person too. But yeah, as always, please make sure you like, subscribe, check out my other videos, and yeah, have a lovely day.